Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with the second video in my Megadeth discography, and that of course is Peace Sells But Who's Buying. Now, just 1 year after their debut in 1985 and 1986, Megadeth released the blistering and progressive thrasher piece Peace Sells But Who's Buying. Now, just like the band that Mustaine was trying to get back at, Metallica, he followed an almost identical path on their second album. Peace Sells saw Megadeth sign with a major label, just like Metallica did on their second album. It saw them open up their sound and become progressive, just like Metallica on their second album. It featured better production, just like, well, you know who. The one main difference at the time is the entire band, Megadeth, was addicted to hard drugs such as cocaine and heroin. Anyway, that's enough background about this release. Let's start talking about how it sounds. First song is Wake Up Dead. It's a nearly instrumental, very fast, intense opener with excellent riffs and solos. Following that up, you got The Conjuring. It's an excellent heavy song with an awesome creepy atmosphere. After that, you got Peace Sells. It's a great anthem. It has one hell of a hook and an awesome bass line. In fact, the intro was used for the music for MTV News for many years. I have no idea if it still is, as I haven't watched MTV much for, almost 20 years now. Devil's Island is a very heavy song with a wide variety of riffs. Good Morning Black Friday. That song started out slow with a heavy intro, and then it just halfway through effortlessly cuts into a very fast thrash number. After that, you got Bad Omen, a great thrash number. I Ain't Superstitious. It's a heavy cover of an old blues song written by Willie Dixon. My Last Words. It's a great heavy closer. Now, on this album, Megadeth truly jumped into the metal big leagues with an awesome piece of blistering progressive thrash. Now, one thing of note about this album is this is one of the earlier examples of politically charged lyrics in metal. Previous to this album, you would hear a few references here and there, such as in Black Sabbath's War Pigs. This was the first major heavy metal album to really emphasize political themes as heavily as this album did, which of course has been a mainstay in heavy metal ever since. This was intentional, as Mustaine and Ellefson stated they wanted to change the public perception of metal with this album by writing socially aware lyrics. The band actually got the album title from a Reader's Digest article titled Peace Would Sell But No One Would Buy It. Unfortunately, this is as true today as it was in the 1980s. Now, while the production was better on this album, it was still challenging for them to record it, as Mustaine and Ellefson were homeless when this was recorded. I think I remember seeing an interview where they said they relied on the kindness of various women for a place to sleep, but had no permanent address at the time. Also, Chris Poland and Gar Samuelson were so addicted to heroin that they would be many hours late for recording sessions. Now, it would be the final album with Samuelson and Poland. Now, they fired Poland because he sold equipment in exchange for drugs. And Samuelson, well, I'm not entirely sure what happened with him, and honestly, I'm just too lazy to research it. So this album marked something that would go on for most of their career. And that, of course, is the core of the two Daves, Mustaine and Ellefson, and the other players changing regularly. But to conclude, I think this album is an absolute masterpiece. I give it a 95 out of 100. Really, the only flaws being production could have been a little bit better. While it was a step up, it was still not quite what it would have been. And Dave Mustaine's vocal delivery still left a little bit to be desired on this album. But those honestly are nitpicks. This album just needs to be in your collection if you're a metal fan at all. Next up, I'm going to be talking about their third album. So far, so good, so what? So anyway, if you like this, please watch my next video, and I'll see you in a minute.